So, my name is Doug Feeney, and I built this oven in this little enclosure here specifically for the festival. When I built it, there was certainly some interest in wood-fired ovens in the United States, but it was comparatively a new thing. And now, they're everywhere. The oven is this part up here. All of this is just a base, and it elevates the oven to the point where it's comfortable to work at. And yet there was a great deal of work in this part. The oven itself is a brick dome. It's hemispherical. It's a half of a sphere. So, I mean, this kind of oven is thousands and thousands of years old. I was in Pompeii, the city that was destroyed by the volcano Vesuvius, and saw ovens that, looked like this, not exactly from the outside, but the dome is identical, except that those ovens were much larger, maybe 10 or 12 feet across, but the same brick dome. So this is an Italian design, and there are ovens really pretty much exactly like this all over Italy today, which people use for home cooking, but also in pizzerias. Their oven's just a little bit bigger than this, and that's the quintessential Italian pizza oven. Anyway, I had to learn a lot of new skills when I built this, because I'm not a mason, and it took me so long to do it, but it works wonderfully, I have to say, and the dome is in beautiful shape. I was just looking. And this is what's called a black oven, because the fire goes right in the oven. Aside from this opening here, there are no other openings into the oven. No other openings or exits. This is it. So everything happens through this opening. I put the firewood in, I light it, the combustion air goes in this hole, the exhaust smoke comes out this hole, and the food goes in and out that hole, everything. So, a lot of people imagine that it might have some sort of chimney in the back somewhere, but really the chimney is outside this opening, up here. So there's a fire in the oven which heats it up over the course of a couple hours, and then when all the masonry is hot, it's possible to cook in it. And it was exciting for me to use, because it makes an oven in a home type range or stove just seem like a pitiful thing. Which if you try to get it to 400 degrees, it's a struggle, or 500 and it's smoking. But this is just a marvelous thing and goes up to much higher temperatures. And interestingly, a lot of baking can be done at higher temperatures than a home oven. Not every kind of baking, but a lot of things. And it's very quick. So it's a wonderful kind of oven, but you can see why not everybody would have one in their kitchen, except sometimes in Italy. So I use it with the fire burning over on the left side, and then bake on the right. And that's very good for a lot of kinds of cooking, like pizza and flatbreads and some general roasting, let's say. If you were baking bread, it's very different. You heat up the oven with a fire, you let the fire burn out, you take all the coals and ashes out, you sweep the floor, you load the bread dough in, you close up the door somehow, and the bread bakes. You open it up, take all the bread out, and very likely put in another load, because the residual heat from the oven can bake, depending on the oven, 2 or 3 or maybe possibly a 4th load of bread. But this isn't actually a bread oven. They're designed differently with thicker walls, and they're usually bigger and rectangular. This is, well, I like to just call it a wood-fired oven.